Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Are you well today?
Yes, sir. I'm fine.
Okay. You missed last class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought that why you missed it. Probably you missed the day. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How is your preparation for today?
Sir, not so good, but I tried.
Yeah. Okay. You have tried to take preparation. Nice. Okay. At first we'll go to question, then we'll come to topic. By the time other people have joined. Okay. First question to you: who is the administrative head of a ministry?
The secretary is the head of a ministry, administrative head of a
Administrative
ministry.
head of ministry. Okay, nice. Who is the executive head?
Sir, a minister is the executive head of a ministry.
Okay, yes. Well, can you tell us something about administrative hierarchy?
Of course, sir. At the top of the hierarchy is minister, then the senior secretary, then secretary, then additional secretary, then joint secretary, then deputy secretary.
Administrative hierarchy. Will minister come here?
Sorry, he is the executive of the.
Yes, but his administrative hierarchy means you have to start with secretary. Administrative secretary first, yeah.
Sir, can I say again?
Yes, yes.
Sir, secretary or senior secretary as the top of the hierarchy, then additional secretary, then joint secretary, then deputy secretary, then senior assistant secretary, and the last bottom of the hierarchy is assistant secretary.
Assistant secretary. Okay. Well, assistant secretary. Okay. Then why should bureaucrats be skilled and competent?
Sir, nowadays, age of science and age of technology, the scope of bureaucracy and also bureaucrats are expanding day by day. So, for meeting and to cover the present demands of the governing system, of course, the bureaucrats must be skilled and competent. With including their professionalism and other skills.
Okay. Well, do you think the regulatory authorities should be strict? Why or why not?
Sir, I totally I do not think totally that regulatory authorities should be strict all time, but they should be flexible in some cases. Say they should motivate general people by taking appropriate steps. But if the general people or the mass people do not follow the authority, do not follow the regulations in such case of corona pandemic, so in that case, the regulatory authorities should be strict.
Okay. What is bureaucratic bottleneck?
Sir, I personally think that bureaucratic bottleneck is the complicated official system that causes delay in one stage of a process. So as a result, the whole process become longer.
What do you have any idea about red tapeism?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, red tapeism refers to excessive regulations and unnecessary paperwork that hinders decision making and other implementations. In short word, we can say that red tapeism causes too much delay for implementing anything.
Okay. What is the must talk topic or talk of the town today in Bangladesh? There is a special news that drew the attention of most of the people of our country. Do you know anything about this?
Sir, I didn't get enough time to read today's newspaper, so I don't know. Sorry, sir.
Well, at what capacity will you have to work if you are posted?
Sir, did you say about the foreign affairs? Any
No, not foreign affairs. Just one news that became viral, one suicide.
Oh, sir. Okay, sir. I will read.
Okay. And how do you treat this type of suicide?
Sir, I don't know the context of suicide, but I think at any case or at suicide is not a good decision. I think it is a bad decision, and it doesn't depict the strong personality. There are many pressures. Many pressures have maybe, but we shouldn't take the decision of suicide.
Okay. At what capacity will you have to work if you are posted at the secretariat?
Sir, I think there are several reasons should have, but I think good communication skills is the
The question is at what capacity will you have to work if you are posted at the secretariat?
Oh, sir, I don't have the actual idea, but I personally think that diplomacy, discretion, and tact.
At what capacity, what position? First position secretary, you told that assistant secretary. Is it assistant secretary or section officer?
Sir, section is one of the 4 kinds of ministry.
No, my question is when a BCS cadre is posted to the secretariat, his position or capacity is assistant secretary or section officer? This is my question. Firdous Ali, is it section officer or assistant secretary? Firdous Ali, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Islam. Is it a section officer or assistant secretary?
Assistant secretary, sir.
Assistant secretary. Okay. Okay. Now, Abdul Qadir. Okay. So you will have to work as assistant secretary.
Okay, yes, sir.
Do you think you can play some role in reducing corruption? Because we know that most of the time, many times, we become the news of one of the most corrupt countries. And what can you play? What role can you play in this case? Can you play any role at all?
Sir, when I will assistant secretary or at present situation?
When you will be a BCS cadre?
Okay, sir. Sir, first of all, I think I should be honest myself in that position, and I should stand up against any corruption, and I should be aware of my subordinate officers or subordinate staff if they make any corruption. So I should take the higher official. I should inform the higher officials in that case. And overall, I say that I should be honest myself, and I should stand up against corruption. And if possible, yes, sir.
Yeah, carry on.
If possible, and when I will at the higher level, so I think I would take necessary steps in policy making to reduce corruption.
Okay. Well, is corruption a bar to development?
Of course, sir. It is said that corruption is anti-development because corruption affects the economic growth, and it also hinders the investment, the cost, and others. And another corruption undermines the tax system of a country, and it decreases the revenue of a country. So we can say that corruption is a bar to development.
Okay, in developing countries, the corruption, the news of corruption is rare in most of the developed countries. But in developing and underdeveloped countries, corruption is a big concern, not only for Bangladesh, for most of the developing
Yes, sir.
countries and
Yes, sir.
underdeveloped poor countries.
African countries.
Can you tell me the reason why it happens? Developed countries, yeah, carry on. Okay.
Actually, sir, I think in the developing countries,
In
some
developed,
high office,
okay, carry on.
in developing countries and underdeveloped countries, some high officials enjoy the supremacy, whether the general people or mass people do not get the proper power. So the high officials who are involved in the decision making and who are involved in the taking of higher projects, development projects, they they become corrupted.
They become corrupted. No, my question is, in developed countries, the news of corruption is rare. But in developing countries, underdeveloped countries, what is the reason behind it?
Sir, I personally think good governance is another issue, because in the developed countries, they emphasize on the good governance to all the level of government.
Okay,
But
good governance and transparency is also there, right?
yes, sir, the accountability, transparency. Yes, sir.
Is there any other reason?
Sir,
can you say we are prone to people of the developing countries or underdeveloped countries are prone to corruption or inclined to corruption, but in developed countries, most of the people are not inclined to corruption or have no strong inclination towards corruption?
Yes, sir.
Why this type of incidents is seen?
Sir, I don't guess the actual reason that you are thinking, but I shared my thoughts.
Okay. You shared your thoughts. Okay. And do you think social security is a concern? Is one of the reasons? Say in our country, most of the people think that they would, do not enjoy social security even after their retirement. And even after retirement, when they become old and become sick, the state cannot bear the healthcare expenses. That's why they have mentality to save money to ensure future security or something like that. Say in the developed countries, say that the state takes the responsibility of the people. When people become sick, okay, and healthcare treatment is fully free for them. But in our country, this is not free. Even people have to suffer a lot when they go to hospitals because seat capacity is not sufficient. Doctors, nurses are not sufficient. A lot of patients are here. And how many will they treat? And is it one of the reasons? Do you think this type of thinking makes people to earn more?
Sir, obviously, this is one of the reason, because in maximum cases, when some people got a government position or got something important position, and if he had the scope of being corrupted, maximum or in some cases, many people adopted that case.
Okay, what will you do to keep your office or make your office corruption free?
Sir, I think first of all, I think that I should be accountable to my subordinate officers, and sometimes we should take some motivational seminar or some training session to promulgate the bad effect of corruption and to promulgate the good governance in my office. And some cases, I think not only the a seminar will reduce the corruption, but I should provide the assistance they need with talking with my high officials. And if possible, I think overall, if I sense the overall system of our country, I think there should be policy. There should be developed policy.
Okay, what do you mean by good governance?
Sir, good governance is a broad concept, and it covers all aspects of how a country is governed, including its economic policy, regulatory framework, and others.
Okay. Okay. What are the preconditions for good governance?
Sir, Naif Al Rudhan, an expert of good governance, he told that the minimum eight criteria for ensuring good governance. The notable are transparency, participation of all people, accountability, separations of power, like the we know the three main components of our government system: the legislature, administrative system, and judiciary. He emphasized the separation of power is a precondition for good governance. So that's all.
That's all. Okay. Can we say good governance exists in our country at present?
Sir, not only our country, but also in third world countries, good governance is a burning issue, and the IMF and the World Bank are emphasizing on this. But unfortunately, it is not available, or it is not ensured in
You can
the
say in BCS Viva board, you can say some of the features of good governance are absent. Okay, say in our country, government are trying to ensure good governance, but yes, it lacks to some extent, because it is a big concern. It requires a lot of reformation. It requires a lot of work, and yes, people like ours, a country like ours, will require time to establish good governance in true sense. And it will take time, and we are optimistic that one day we will have good governance. Okay. So
sir, recently yes, sir.
Be a little bit
Sir,
in answering this type of questions. Yes, Abdul Qadir.
Sir, our government has taken Jatiyo Shuddhasar Kaushal. So, and the government is trying to ensure for all government organizations to ensure this by this policy. So we think the government has appropriate steps to ensure good governance.
Okay. Is there any relation between democracy and development?
Of course, sir, because good governance is a issue that is emphasized by the Western countries, and we know that they also cherished. They are also cherishing democracy, and they have the agenda to ensure both good governance in the third world countries and other countries, and also democracy. So we can say that there is a good relation between democracy and development. Sorry, sir, I got I misunderstood. Democracy and development. Yes, sir. If we ensure good governance, or if we ensure proper development in our country, we should be democratic, and we should ensure democracy in the all sorts of organization, because when democracy is ensured, we can say that transparency and accountability and participation of all the mass people will be ensured.
What are the challenges for establishing good governance in Bangladesh?
Sir, I think the local government is one of the main issue, because we know the local government in the rural area, district council and the Upazila council, or the union parishad and the Purosabha and city corporation in the urban area, they they are not well. They are doing bad in the good governance, and maximum cases, good governance issue is a good governance is a minor issue in that cases. They so the developing the local government and revitalizing the local government should be necessary. Besides, sir, I think the political culture in our country, democracy should be ensured in the political parties, and so on.
Okay, you've highlighted 2 points. One is local government.
Yes, sir.
Local government and political parties. That means
Besides, we can say that we can say independent judiciary system. Though theoretically our judiciary system is separated from administrative at 2007, but we should, and the government should take another and further steps to ensure independent judiciary system.
okay. Now tell me how you have come to BPSC from your house or from your residence. How you have come to BPSC, or how you have come to sit for BCS Viva from your house or from your residence.
Sir, I didn't get the question.
You do topic. That means this is the topic describing how you have come to BPSC. You have to answer this one. How you have come to BPSC.
Thanks, sir. Coming to BPSC for giving my interview is a great opportunity, and I think obviously it is a great opportunity for me, because I have done and I did many efforts for reaching this position, reaching this situation. I studied 2 years dedicatedly for becoming and for passing the Viva exam. So today's day is obviously a special day for me, and I have taken many steps for doing well in today's day. For I got up early in the morning today. Then I refreshed, and I took bath, and then I went. Then I leave. Then I left my then I leave my home, as I live at Badda. So there is a hectic traffic in the road to BPSC. So I left home 1 hour ago, and then I took a CNG by ordering Uber, and then I went to BPSC at 30 minutes before from the interview, and then now I am at present at the interview board.
Nice. Thank you. Nice presentation. You smartly presented answers. Good. Now we are going to Firdaus Ali. Firdaus Ali, are you
Thank
ready?
you,
Are you ready?
sir.
Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Okay, ready. Okay. What is it challenging to coordinate various ministries?
Yes, sir. Definitely, it is challenging to coordinate various type of ministry, because they have to deal different type of works and there are no similarity. Most of the cases they have no similarity of their works. For example, um, for Ministry of Health, they have to deals with the health related matters, how to improve the health situation of the people, how to ensure the all type of equipments and service for the uh, common people. And on the other hands, if we want to mention here, the Ministry of Agriculture or Finance, they have to deals with the agriculture related matters or issues, and in the case of Finance Minister, they have to maintain the finance related issue. So the tasks that they have to complete, they have to perform, is completely different from each other. So it is very much difficult to coordinate among the different type of ministry.
Okay. What is a directorate?
Directorate, yes sir. Directorate is the administrative branch of a ministry, and they perform some specific function, and they are responsible to do a specific thing, like the health, Directorate of Health, Directorate of Fisheries, etc.
Okay. What are the functions of the Ministry of Public Administration?
Well sir, public administration, the Ministry of Public Administration performs some specific functions, like to recognize the every demand that was um, introduced by the administrative officer, like bureaucrats, and they also uh, recognize any bill or any, sorry স্যার ইংলিশে আমি এক্সপ্লেন করতে পারছি না স্যার। পাবলিক
Okay,
জনপ্রশাসন
next
মন্ত্রণালয়ের
one.
কাজ স্যার হচ্ছে যে
Okay. Okay. What are fundamental rights?
fundamental rights. Yes sir. Fundamental rights are that rights are the rights are born with, and which cannot a person live without independently, and it is recognized and preserved by our constitution.
Okay. Okay, nice. Is there any difference between human rights and fundamental rights?
Yes sir, there are some significant difference between human rights and fundamental rights. Human rights is preserved by our constitution, and fundamental rights is preserved by the constitution, and human rights, it is declared and adopted by the UN, United Nations General Assembly, of 10th December on 10th December 1948, and fundamental rights for a specific region or countries, but human rights for whole the world. They work for whole the world.
Okay, what are the functions of the Prime Minister? Or what does the Prime Minister do mainly?
Okay sir, according to the constitution of Bangladesh, article 52 subdivision 2, honorable Prime Minister is the chief executive of the government, and they perform all the tasks except the employment of president and chief justice, and all the work that the president have performed with the direction of the Prime Minister. As a chief of the cabinet, he also coordinate all the ministry, and he make the plan how the country will conduct. And beside this, he also take decision about the foreign policy and what will be our foreign policy and how to deals it. And that's all the function of our Prime Minister.
What are the functions of the President?
Well sir, as a president, he holds the head of the state, and he performs some specific functions according to the constitution of 48 subdivision 3, he employed Prime Minister and Chief Justice. And beside this, all the works he performed according to the direction of Prime Minister. And he also conducted the oath-taking ceremony of the Prime Minister and President, Prime Minister, Chief Justice, and other minister.
Okay.
That's all.
Who conducts the oath-taking ceremony of the president?
Yes, sir. The oath-taking ceremony of the president conducted by its speaker.
Speaker.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the president conducts the oath-taking ceremony of Prime Minister, Chief
Prime
Justice,
Minister, Chief Justice, and other ministers.
ministers. And
Yes.
the oath-taking ceremony of the president is conducted by the speaker.
Speaker, yes, sir.
Okay. And who conducts the oath-taking ceremony of the speaker?
Speaker also, sir, president.
That means president conducts the oath-taking ceremony of the speaker.
Speaker, yes, sir.
Okay. What are the functions of the speaker of the speaker of the House of the Nation?
Well, sir, as a president of the member of parliaments, he conduct the parliament, and beside this, he coordinate the function of parliaments, and he also maintain the oath-taking ceremony of our honorable president. And beside this, he also provide a casting vote when the when the vote are equal
In the parliament,
supporting party and opposite party in the parliament.
the ruling party and the opposition party in the parliament.
In the parliament.
Speaker gives the casting vote. Okay.
Casting vote, yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any difference between an act and an ordinance?
Yes, sir. There are some specific difference between act and parliament. Act
Act and
was
ordinance. Act and
ordinance. Yes, sir,
ordinance.
an ordinance. Act was introduced in the parliament, but ordinance is introduced when the parliament is inactive. And act is discussed in the article of 80 of our now constitution, and ordinance discussed on the article of 93.
Okay.
And
Who is the administrative head of a ministry?
yes, sir. Secretary is the administrative head of the ministry.
Okay. Who is the executive head of the of a ministry?
Minister is the executive head of the ministry.
Ministry. Okay. Now tell me how you have come to BPSC from your residence. Start.
Sir, I have a question here.
Okay.
You mean how I came from my residence to PSC or
PSC. Yes.
money? Okay, sir. At the very I get up early in the morning of the day of my Viva voice around 5:30 a.m. Then I freshen myself. Freshing myself, I take ablution to say my prayer. Then I recite Holy Quran. And reciting Holy Quran, I sit for my study for only 30 minutes to saw some important issues. Then I am getting ready to go PSC, and I have stayed at Mohakali region. Then I rent a taxi to go PSC, and at 9 a.m. I reached the ground of the PSC. Then I go before Viva vote.
And I have come before Viva vote. Okay.
I have to come before.
Well,
Yes,
now another topic. Okay. How many countries are in SARC?
Yes, sir. There are 7 countries in SARC.
7 countries in SARC.
8 countries.
Eight,
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Eight countries, sir. In
8 countries.
2007, Afghanistan joined.
Okay,
Sorry, sir. 8
8
countries.
countries. Okay, and whose GDP is higher, is the highest in SARC countries? Or whose per capita income is the highest?
According to IMF, Bangladesh is the second fasting GDP of South Asia. According to IMF, Bangladesh is the highest GDP holder of SARC.
Highest GDP holder. And per capita income in terms of
Per capita income highest, I don't know exactly, sir. So most probably it will be Maldives.
Abdul Kader?
Sir, highest GDP holder is India, and per capita income maybe Maldives. I'm not sure about that.
Yes, okay. Well, which SARC countries are in difficult situation in terms of economy now at present?
Yes, sir. Afghanistan is passing a hard situation of economy due to civil war. And I want to mention here on 30 August in 2021, the Taliban took control over the Afghanistan, and then they try to recover their economy and try to make the situation normal.
Okay. What about Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka is sorry, sir. In which
Economy. What's the condition of situation economy in Sri Lanka in terms of economy?
Well, sir, Sri Lanka is sorry, sir. I cannot explain. I have no idea about the economy of Sri
Abdul Kader,
Lanka.
do you have an idea about Sri Lankan's economy at present?
Yes, sir. The economy of Sri Lanka is passing a critical time, and they are mainly their problem is they are debted, and recently the Bangladesh government have delivered $20 billion for the for as assistance.
$250 million probably. 20 billion.
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm not sure. 20 something, but I'm not sure.
$250 million.
As a assistance to the Sri Lankan government.
Yes, there is a agreement. Its name is Currency Swap Agreement between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Have you heard the name of the treaty, or have you heard the name of such agreement between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh? Abdul Kader, have you heard?
No, sir.
Currency
No,
Swap Agreement. Firdaus Ali, Currency Swap Agreement is signed. Has been
Yes,
deed or agreement has been signed between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Do you know anything
Yes.
about this?
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall it, but Bangladesh and Sri Lanka has made a currency swap agreement in the last year.
Okay, last year. What do you have an idea about it?
Sorry, sir, I cannot recall it.
Okay, what is currency swap agreement?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, currency swap agreement, that means when a country is in financially distress, especially its foreign currency reserve declines rapidly, then the country fails to pay import bills or other debt payments which are paid in dollars. That time the country comes to an agreement to another country, take loan, short-term loan in dollars, okay, to pay the bills, and they just deposit same amount in their own currency. That means in currency swap agreement, Bangladesh government, Bangladesh will yes provide Sri Lanka $250 million US in dollars, and Sri Lanka will give us Bangladesh the same amount in their own currency. and they have done it. Bangladesh Bank has opened a bank in Sri Lanka, and they have deposited this amount in their currency. And Bangladesh is Bangladesh is giving loan of $250, and Bangladesh will bear the interest of this amount. Of this amount means, say, if needed, they will bear the interest of loan payment, okay, bill payments that Sri Lanka has done to come out from this topsy-turvy economic situation. And Bangladesh's intention is to save this island nation this type of economic hardship. Okay. And why has Sri Lanka fallen in this type of situation? Can you tell me? Why has Sri Lanka fallen in such a situation?
No, sir.
You have no idea. Okay. Now,
Yes.
okay. Okay. That means they have made some unconscious plan, or they have made some unplanned development, and they have gone for organic food production. And while doing this, they have got output only 25%, and it has created huge stress, and their foreign currency depleted rapidly. All these things, and COVID-19 is also issue. All these
Yes.
things have engulfed Sri Lanka from different sides.
Okay,
Okay,
sir. That
now
means, sir, we can say it DAS disease, sir. Where
we can say,
DAS disease, when a country's economy is completely depend on a single sector, or like, sir, the economy of Bangladesh depend on the garments sector. If the sector is fall, then Bangladesh will have to suffer a lot in economics, in the economy or economic sector. This situation is called as disease, sir. When a country's economy is completely depend on a single sector.
okay, has it happened to Sri Lanka?
Maybe, sir, they totally depended on the production sector, and as the production sector, they fail to fulfill the demand of their countries, and they have to depend on the others like China and other countries, and they, at the present, they have fallen in debt trap also by China.
Death trap by China. Okay. Okay. Now, Abdul Qadir, you will ask some question to Ferdous Ali. Ferdous Ali will answer as many as 10 questions from MD Abdul Qadir. Start screen.
Ferdous Ali, brother Ferdous Ali, I am asking a question if you don't mind.
Sure, you may ask.
Can you differ between directorate and directorate and department?
Directorate, মানে অধিদপ্তর and পরিদপ্তর.
Yes.
Directorate and directorate. Yes, there are some specific difference in between directorate and directorate. Basically, the responsibility of the directorate and directorate, the main difference in between these, like a directorate is the administrative branch of the government, and the directorate is the subdivision of directorate.
Okay, thank you.
This is the basic difference.
Actually, I searched yesterday to get the difference between directorate and department, and maximum cases they've told, I mean the internet source, they told that the English for Odiptor department and Poridoptor directorate. So I'm not sure. As you are an experienced person, I think you had the better idea. So I have asked you that question.
Sorry, I am not clear at all, but as far as I know, Poridaptor means
Uh,
directory. It may be others.
I'm not sure if Sir knows well. Sir can clarify us, I think.
Department and directorate. Okay. And directorate, see, if we talk about Madak Drabya Niyantran Adhidaptar, its name
Yes, sir.
is Narcotic Control Directorate. Okay, it is not Poridaptar, Madak Drabya Niyantran Adhidaptar. The English of sometimes directorate is used to explain Adhidaptar, in some places Poridaptar. And Poridaptar, if we say, can you mention one name of Poridaptar? One
Yes, sir. I can mention here the nursing Poridaptor, sir. It is
nursing.
conducted by the Family Planning and Health.
Yes.
স্বাস্থ্য এবং পরিবার পরিকল্পনা অধিদপ্তরের আন্ডারে স্যার এটা
Yes, yes,
একটা অধিদপ্তরের নিয়ন্ত্রণে স্যার পরিদপ্তর পরিচালিত হয়
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
is conducted under the directorate.
Directorate, yes, absolutely right. Yes, that means when a section or branch is run by directorate, it is called. But Poridaptar, what's the English of Poridaptar?
Sir, I found
cannot
directorate.
recall exactly, sir.
Yeah, what you found, Abdul Kader?
Sir, I found directorate for Poridaptar and department for Adhidaptar.
Department, no, because it is not always correct.
And sir, in the according to the rules of business 1996, they told attached department. What is the attached department?
Yes, attached department. Yes, attached department.
Attached department
Yes.
mean
Yes.
subdivision of directorate.
Yes, yes, subdivision. Yes, attached department. The English of Poridaptar will be attached department. Yes, but one word I have not found any one word, single word English of Poridaptar. Attached, you can say attached department or Poridaptar. Directorate is used to mean Adhidaptar, but Faizuali told that nursing
Poridaptor, sir. Attached department.
Nursing Poridaptar.
Attached department, ji, sir.
Its English is attached department, right?
Maybe, sir.
Is it
No,
called? Is it called
Sir,
nursing Poridaptar or nursing attached department? How is it called in English?
Sir, nursing Poridaptor, sir, Bangla, sir. English.
Sir, we can search on Google.
Nursing Poridaptar. Okay, I'm not sure. Anyway, okay. Next question, Abdul Kadir. Question to Firdausi.
I have another question, and not only for you, but I have some confusion that the ministry is divided into. I mean, there are 4 kinds of ministry: division, wing, branch, and section. And I don't know the details about the kinds of, I mean, wing, section, and branch. Can you explain?
Okay, Firdausi, can you explain this?
Yes, sir. I have some idea about wings. A director may have some wings, like the health directorate.
A directorate.
Yes, sir. A directorate have some wings, like health directorate have some wings, like for some specific department, like health director, and one wings deals with এটা স্যার হচ্ছে MBBS মানে Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, and another wings deals with the Bachelor of Dental Surgery. At the same time, there have another wings that deals with the health technology. That means every directorate has some wings to perform their duty perfectly, and divided their work
Yes, for smooth for
Yes,
smooth
for
function of the
efficiency.
work.
divided
For
to
smooth,
functions to perform their duty smoothly by efficiently. This is
Okay,
wing.
thank
then
Uh, branch branch means when a directorate divided when a directorate create another branch to provide the service to the peripheral region, like it has a central region, central branch, and some subdivision branch to the periphery of countries.
okay.
Okay.
Say that means
Like the division of,
branch perform same nature of work in a sense, right?
yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Yes, but in some areas,
But yes sir,
same
yes sir,
nature
in
of
some
work,
areas
same nature of work in different places.
same nature of work they will perform, but the
But
wings they
wings
have
does not perform same nature of
that's
work.
the same work,
Their
same
yes,
nature, same
work
work.
is different.
Yes sir,
Yes,
yes sir,
yes, and their controlling area or supervising area is also different.
yes sir.
Okay, good. Say MBBS, then dental, then
Dental
nursing
surgery,
technology,
yes
health
sir, health
technology,
technology, yes
then
sir,
nursing, right?
yes sir.
Okay, good. Okay, branch. Okay, then another one, section.
Section, every directorate may have different sections like administrative sections, economic sections, and policy making sections, and so on.
Okay, section, yes. Okay, sections. Okay, that means every directorate or department, yes, department may have different section.
Yes sir,
Yes,
yes sir.
administrative is one of them. Then
Economic
economic
section,
is one of
yes
them.
sir. Policy
Revenue,
making,
policy
making,
revenue is
health,
one of them.
yes sir.
Okay, good. Okay, nice. Okay. Good. Okay. Next question, Abdul Kadir.
No, at present now I have no question. No question.
Thank you.
You may ask, bhai.
Yes, I have some question, but I'm not able to ask you because I have been suffering from a severe headache since morning,
Oh,
and
okay,
still
okay.
now
Okay,
it get become worse. I
okay,
feel
it's okay.
very discomfort, but
Okay, it's okay, good. Okay, now finally last question to Abdul Kadir, last one. Okay, what is the
Yes,
best
sir.
achievement of keep your video on, then tell me what is the best achievement of your life and why do you think this is your best achievement?
Sir, can I add any religious issue?
Yes, you can.
Okay, sir. I think when I was a simple guy as a student, like a student of college or university, but after passing SSC, I noticed some changes in my life. Slowly, I started changes in my life, both the appearance and the internal. So I think that changes is the best achievement of my life. So I can
What's the
deal
change?
with, sir, close to the sunnah. It is. So I think I can deal this dunya and the hereafter. So that's why this is my best achievement.
Okay, nice. Thank you. This is the end for our today's session. Most of the guys are absent today. So next class on Sunday, I hope we will perform better on the next day. Thank you for nice discussion.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.